Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jesse. I sort of to blame for all this mess.
I'm partially to blame as well.
Well, care to explain how this video came to be, Matt? It's your show.
Yeah, well, it really started when I had purchased a ukulele while I was on vacation. And most people, like my friends and my family, were telling me, oh, you should do Tiptoe for the Tulips, Rainbow Connection, songs.
Tiny Bubbles.
Tiny Bubbles, yeah. And,
But I have this superpower.
yeah.
If I say something deadpan enough, no matter how stupid it might be, people seem to think it's a good idea.
And that idea was Don't Fear the Reaper on ukulele. With cowbell. More cowbell.
I didn't mean for him to take it seriously, it just sort of happened. And because he actually decided to do it, and he needed somebody to play the cowbell, well, I figured I'd put him through hell on so many of my movies that I'd return the favor.
Yeah. But it ended up being a really fun project to work on, putting it together.
Especially once we got the snowball rolling in our usual way.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
We should start off with that opening image, playing the opening image of the clocks.
Yeah, okay.
And that, I think, goes back to my background, which is as a film school dropout. And I wanted to be sort of as pretentious and over the top as Ingmar Bergman, doing almost a spoof of Bergman, which in turn brought to mind a movie that Matt and I both love, which is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yep. In fact, if you look at the beginning of the video, there's a quote from
that movie. You might be a king or a lowly street sweeper, but sooner or later you're gonna dance with the Reaper.
Actually, it's the quote is, "You might be a little street sweeper or a king." Not necessarily. Actually, it's, "You may be a king or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you will dance with the Reaper." Yeah. Something along those lines. I might be paraphrasing a bit myself, but yeah, I put that like front and center in the beginning.
And then we have the Guess Who bit, which is also a reference to Bill and Ted.
Yep. Which
itself was spoofing Death playing chess with a guy in The Seventh Seal.
Yeah.
Which was my grandfather's favorite movie. So it's sort of a tribute to my grandfather in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, in a way it is. Yeah. And while we were shooting said movie,
we went to
we went to the park. One of the first places that we actually shot for this music video. And lo and behold, there just happens to be a cop there.
Well, he's there a lot, especially in the after-school hours.
Yeah, which is not too out of the unusual, actually, for a police officer to be around that area, because it's a safe neighborhood and they have a neighborhood watch program there. But here I am with my friend Jess, and I'm in full, like, Reaper outfit.
And I've got a camera.
And he's like, what are you up to, basically?
And I explained that we were just a bunch of idiots goofing off and shooting something for YouTube.
So yeah, thankfully we didn't get arrested. But yeah, I think once we explained what we were doing, I think he was all right with it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to stop by his car again and have Matt text him the link.
Yeah, I think he would probably get a chuckle out of it.
Yeah, but anyway, so we shot a bunch of things there. We shot Matt on the swings. Then we shot him dancing, and if you look closely, he's doing one of two dances I know how to do.
Yeah.
Shake your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario.
Yep. Yeah, if you look carefully enough, at one point in the video, I am doing the Mario.
But then I saw this.
Also, the Six Flags dance. Don't forget.
Yeah, the Six Flags dance, which is very similar to the Mario anyway. But
yeah.
But then we briefly joked about pole dancing, but we didn't think we'd be able to pull it off or where to pull it off. But then we saw that sign at the park
Yeah.
And I was like, do it.
Yeah. So
Then it snowballed because Matt looked at what he had available for the effects suite on
Final Cut.
Yeah, on Final Cut Pro.
Turns out there's a really great censoring effect in Final Cut, so I figured that would make it just all more better and more effective.
It was hilarious, yeah.
It was hilarious. It came out great. Also, at one point during shooting, and this is one of the first ideas I think we had for the music video. We were actually going to go have me in full Reaper outfit and just go and drive up to a Burger King and order takeout.
And yeah, that was weird because I was expecting it to go in and they get shouted out and kicked out of Burger King, which would not be the first time that's happened to me. But
yeah,
I think it would be a first for Matt. Matt, if you know Matt, he's a little bit better mannered than I am in public.
Yeah, but we didn't know what to expect. But sure
and
enough,
they didn't do anything. It was weird. It makes me wonder what goes on at that Burger King.
Yeah. So I don't know. Either they were being super polite and giving the best possible customer service, which, by the way, I applaud them for, or I'm thinking they probably have even weirder customers that come through,
like Andy Dick.
Yeah, like Andy Dick. But yeah, they were great about it.
And when there's also two really weird improv ideas that I came up with. Well, one of them was sort of improv.
Yeah.
We originally wanted to have Death reading a comic. And I looked what I had on my shelf, because most of my comics are in storage, but I have a few dozen or so on site here, and I looked in my box and I saw that I had Death, the High Cost of Living. And I thought, that'd be not only the perfect comic to read, but wouldn't it be funny if we sort of did an implied masturbation joke?
Yeah, which we did with the scythe, if you notice. At one point it just hits me right in the face.
Yeah. And I had a little trouble with that because not only did we have to do multiple takes, but I wanted to make sure that we had it with enough energy that it would look good on camera, but not so much force that if it hit Matt in the face, it wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah. But it turned out, if you threw it, fairly hard enough, it didn't really hurt all that much.
And, that scythe was not as solid as it looked. It was very lightweight. I think it's probably hollow on the inside.
Probably, but it worked for our purposes, honestly. I'm kind of glad
Another great improv that I came up with. Well, we had the idea of Death playing catch.
Yeah.
But while we're doing it, I had so much time. While we were doing it, I had such a hard time catching the ball some of the time that it just kept hitting the ground.
Yeah.
And eventually I came up with this really funny idea that, okay, the next round we're going to have me miss on purpose.
Yeah.
And then I'd miss the ball, and then I would play dead.
Somehow he'd keel over and die from that.
Right.
And if
the implication was that, I was playing catch for my life.
Yeah.
Yet again, another reference to the Seventh Seal, which seems to be a recurring thing with this movie.
But it worked perfectly for the purposes of the video.
And there's also a little joke, a private joke that I think Matt and I are going to be the only ones who get.
Yeah.
And that's the scene where Death is reading, "Mr. Brown can moo, can you?"
Yeah.
For years I've joked that if someone could get in touch with Patrick Stewart's agent and find out how much money would have to be raised for Red Cross or Doctors Without Borders to get him to read that, then I would start the GoFundMe. And Matt didn't even believe me that this book existed.
Sure enough, it does. But I think it would be wonderful if Patrick Stewart
would read that. And then, I made him buy the book, and then he read it, and I said, having it be read by Patrick Stewart would be the funniest thing in the universe.
Yes, it would.
And that's sort of a little in-joke between Matt and I that no one else was going to get, nor did we expect them to. Until now.
Until now.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah. Another joke that's in there is, at one point after the Burger King drive-through, Def has to go to the bathroom really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of a reference, and that has a
cameo. To something that's on my channel, the Space Appointments.
Yeah, it has Senor Eduardo. He makes a brief appearance.
Yeah. Those of you who don't know Senor Eduardo, go to Parody Era Films and look up the Space Appointments.
Yep. And sure enough, he's there.
The only difference between Senor Eduardo in this music video and the others is that in the Space Appointments, he was always puppeteered by Matt, because he's Matt's puppet. Yeah. But because we needed Matt to be the Reaper, we couldn't have him doing both the Reaper and Senor Eduardo, so there I was doing the puppeteering work. Yeah. So if Senor Eduardo seems to be looking a little different or moving a little different than he ordinarily does, it's because he's got a different horse trainer this time.
Yeah. Also, another thing I want to touch on is where the Reaper is rocking out.
Yeah.
A lot of the inspiration for that actually came from Prince, especially when he's like on the ground and like almost looks like he's humping it.
The other thing is, one last thing I want to point out is that scene where Death and I are playing Kirby.
Yeah.
I'm really that bad at most video games.
Yeah, honestly, it was just like the first level, but I thought it looked good for the video, so honestly, it worked.
Was there anything else, or?
I think that about covers it.
That covers it, yeah.